guys, this is CATHY, and today I'm going to give you 10 facts about karaoke that you might want to know. So let's go and check out those 10 facts. So karaoke was actually invented by the Japanese musician Daisuke Inoue in the 1970s. And what he did, he usually played as a drummer, he did the background music, and people were singing to it, and people asked him, we're going away, could you kind of record a song from your song so we can maybe sing that when you're not there? And he was like, I can make something out of that. So he had like a tape recorder or like a tape player, and it would play a song, one of the songs that he pre-recorded, for 100 yen, which was a great idea. However, he never patented it, so he never took a patent out for it, so which means it's not his anymore. So companies started taking over and over, and it spread and spread and spread. That's the karaoke that you know now today. Maybe another reason why it's so cheap. But apparently he said that he never regretted not taking that patent out for it. But interestingly enough, he got the IG Nobel Prize, and let me quote that was in 2004, for inventing karaoke and thereby providing an entirely new way for people to learn to tolerate each other. And you know what that means when your friends start singing that song again. Worldwide, karaoke has spread from karaoke bars to restaurants to hotels, even to love hotels, and has also spread to abroad. So it's been a big popular thing to do, and it's quite interesting enough to see that it might be slightly different in your country compared to in Japan. Bars versus karaoke boxes. So you might know the karaoke bars, the kind of places I went to when I was in the UK, where you sit in front of a lot of people and you sing a song, mostly badly, just to have a laugh. Now in Japan it's the other way around. They're more boxes, so you rent the boxes just with your friends, with a group of friends here. So you don't sit and sing in front of strangers, you sing only in front of your close friends. Whether that's a good or a bad idea depends on up to how good you're singing, I guess, but it kind of gives you at least the confidence of saying, well, it's my mates, they might forgive me if I don't get that right, or, you know, if I sing that certain song. So it's more private, and I think that makes it more fun, because obviously you can sing the songs that your group of friends you get along with the most, and you can think of your friends when you select certain songs as well. So that is, I think, a big advantage, and in Asia it's the same. Also, more about this. There are many Japanese TV shows that just feature people singing karaoke, and I must say I'm quite surprised. Like whenever I switch the TV on a weekend or on a weekday, there is usually on one of the few channels that are there is usually at least one karaoke TV show, and they have split this into several sections. They have traditional Japanese folk music, they have young people sing it, they have old people sing it, they have schoolgirls sing it, they have foreigners sing it. Yes, there is a section just for foreigners singing karaoke songs, and usually you have a score on the top, and if you hit the score really well, you make it to the next round, and then you get into the finale and the semi-final and so on. So they have like big shows and they hype it up a lot, and if you do very well, maybe you get lucky and maybe you get discovered, but generally people use it to display themselves and get a little bit of lamplight in the early mornings or early afternoons on TV. It's interesting, and they have literally shows that have like karaoke while you're doing something else. There is apparently a karaoke while guys are getting a hand job. So there's all kinds of weird shows that feature karaoke for kids, for grown-ups, and for perverts. Now, with the beginning of the digital age, there are new things you can do on a karaoke machine. So there are sections where you can actually go play games. So you can play games, or you can, for example, depending on how good you sing, you get a different ending for a storyline. So they will show you a storyline of workman A is in love with this person, and if you sing very well, it goes well and you get a happy end. And if you don't sing so well, you might not get a happy end to see on screen. So there's like little videos they put in front of the video. So that's one of them. Another one is just generally your score, and you can battle your friends in your room to see who has the highest score. Another is a score deathmatch. If you don't hit the keys in succession and keep singing very well, they kick you out. There's like the little judges on screen, and they'll kick you out and cut off your song, and then the next person can sing, which is very frustrating. I tried that. It was very frustrating. And another one, for example, is as well, you can compete with people online. And for example, if you decide to sing Snow Patrol, you you can see if you can become the best one with the highest score singing Snow Patrol on that kind of machine in the whole of Japan. So that's a big challenge if you want to challenge yourself. So you can play around, just have a little bit of fun, or really challenge yourself and work your way up. And also with those scores, they sometimes show you how you have to sing and how good you were singing, and you get a little bit of feedback right at the end and your point number, and then we'll say, for example, work on this or work on that, and that's sometimes surprisingly accurate. So definitely give that a go and try it out. Mostly those settings, however, are in Japanese, so ask your Japanese friends to give you some help when you try to select one of those specials. There is someone's 18番. 18 means 18. If someone stands up and says, this is my 18, 私の18番です, that means that is the best song that person can sing. I am not sure why it is number 18 and not number 1. It's number 18. That's the song usually people have practiced. Usually every person in your circle of friends and Japanese people will have this number 18, even a secret one. It's that one song that they've been practicing the most, or that they like the most, have been singing the most, and they think that's the best one. So if someone of your friends goes up and says, this is my number 18, you know you're in for something good. Hopefully. Hitokara is a word that's sent together out of the words hitori, means alone, and kara from karaoke means there are a lot of people in Japan who actually sing karaoke completely by themselves. You don't have to have friends, you don't have to go with your colleagues, you just go on your own. And it's interesting to see many Japanese people do this to release stress. Since this is a society in which you don't express so much of your emotions in front of other people, it's a way to let your emotions out, really sing your favorite song, from metal to romance to just get it all out, and then go home and be a bit more relaxed. So it's a way to release stress, and there are a couple of companies who have catered for that. So there are actually hitokara rooms. There is actually one karaoke place here in Tokyo that only caters for people who want to come on their own. So it's like a little desk, it's like a phone booth sized place. Literally only one person fits in, and then they can sing as much as they want and go home. Saves I guess space, and you don't have to listen to other people sing a song, and I guess it's a good way to release stress. I must say, I first didn't quite get the concept, because obviously from a Western perspective, we are more like, oh, let's go dancing, or let's go do this and that to release stress. But once I started singing karaoke with my friends and really had a couple of songs that made me feel really good because I could use my voice and just go and shout it all out, I realized that this is actually really a good way to release stress, and especially for, say, a culture in which you don't hug and you're not as physical, getting your voice out or actually voicing something, I think is a very positive thing and another way to release stress. So maybe give it a go. If you don't want to go for dancing and you think you're a bit more introverted, then maybe try if maybe karaoke is another way for you to release stress. The karaoke industry gets apparently 10 billion yen a year. Over half of all the 350,000 bars and nightclubs actually have karaoke machines. So even if you just have like a little booth or a small room there, they will have a karaoke machine equipped. And like I said, the most random places, from posh hotels to love hotels, will actually have a karaoke machine, just because you might want to sing. You might not want to, but it's there at least for you to try and want to sing. So karaoke has become a massive thing here in Japan. Rules. There seem to be some karaoke rules. Some are not stated as officially, some are kind of mentioned before. And for example, ladies get asked not to sing if they're out with their office and their fellow colleagues, not to sing the favorite song of the boss, because you might only know one, and if you take his number 18 away, then he'll be like, oh no, I don't know what to sing. Or maybe not to dress too sexy to offend the older ladies in the office. Okay, you always have to think of your status. But what I found as one of the unwritten rules in karaoke here in Japan is that people will try and they will encourage your singing even if you're not singing that well, which I think is cute. And they will also try and pick songs that people find a good harmony with. So there's usually a song that some people will pick to make you laugh. Some people will pick a song to make you feel comfortable, maybe something that you can sing. So if you go to karaoke with your friends here in Japan, don't just go like, I want to sing this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Don't go with the I mode. Think you're in a small room and people will listen to your song. So make it fun for them as well. So if you're singing a 7-minute long version of a song don't. Just save everyone the pain. Just go for maybe a smaller song and something that everyone will enjoy in the room. So if you want to sing that 7-minute song, buy your friends a drink or go to Hitokara. Now recently most of the karaoke places, especially the posh ones, giving you a whole all-round experience. So for example, there is one in Akihabara, and that's in other places too, Pasira, where they have like honey toast, which is their special dish that they always advertise when you go there. And then the rooms are all themed as if you were in a resort, and on the TV screens there will be like a beach and a beautiful landscape, and it was like all relaxing. You come in, they have to use certain smells in the room to make you feel comfortable. They have rooms in which there are not seats, but it's like tatami, or like you can sit down and relax on those. They have free amenities, and there are loads and loads of karaoke places who do this. So they provide you with amenities. You can have foods in there, you can have drinks in there. What I've seen in one karaoke place, they had like children's seats in there, and they had like tiny children microphones, and they had like a little curtain with the seat behind it. And apparently that curtain is if you are the group of mothers and you need to feed the baby, you have that little curtain and you get the privacy while you want to feed the baby. So they're thinking of a lot of things, which surprised me, to be honest. But you can also watch DVDs. If you wanted to. In some places you can also rent musical instruments and actually practice a little bit along. For example, practice the guitar along to their favorite song. So that's another new thing. And what you might have seen in a lot of places is you can rent out cosplay. So downstairs you say, oh, I would like to have that and that cosplay, and you can take it upstairs for free and just sing your karaoke in cosplay and do those songs if you feel like doing that. So that's like a lot of things you can actually do at karaoke places here in Japan. I hope you enjoy your next time you come here to Japan. Let me quickly on the side now, let me give you a little bit of advice for when you go to karaoke places if you haven't done this before. Sometimes it's actually cheaper to get karaoke in a set. So sometimes they will say 3 hours is this and this price. Think whenever you go to a karaoke place, what do they actually do for me? Obviously evenings and weekends are the most expensive, but if you have time and go before 6 o'clock, there are usually cheaper deals. Sometimes you have drinks included. So for example, Utahiroba usually always has drinks included, but it is very, very rundown. Most of those places are very, very rundown. And then the posh ones, if you're not careful enough, can go really, really pricey because they have the actual room price, plus then you have to order a drink, and then they, for every little bit, they will charge you quite a lot. So be careful about that if you go and check out different places. If you go into the actual place, and before it, they might ask you which machine you want, and there are a couple of different types of machines. Some have more Asian songs and some have more Western songs. So if you want to feel like you want to sing more Western songs, ask them which of the two systems has more Western songs. It might be good to wait maybe 2 or 3 minutes later for a room to have that machine, so you actually have your favorite song on it, than to, you know, not find your song and be disappointed. Another thing is, you usually have a little tablet on which you order. These ones recently finally are in English, so you have the choice to actually switch that to English and look for your favorite song in English. However, if you want to sing your favorite Japanese song of a Japanese artist and you switch the menu to English, you'll still have to type in hiragana in order to find your song if the title is in kanji or hiragana, so you can find it. So be careful about that. You will not find it if you type the song in alphabetic letters. So I hope you have a great time at karaoke. What I found is you will be so surprised, because what I will know is when you go with your friends to karaoke, you will be surprised and you'll have an awesome time. Some guys will just sing for fun. Some of your friends might suddenly have the most amazing singing voice. I've been stunned so many times. There are a couple of my friends I never thought had this kind of voice, and they would just get up and sing a song that makes you cry. They're so good. So also at the same time, don't feel left out. I know lots of people, especially in the Western world, again, don't feel comfortable singing. We feel comfortable dancing, but we don't feel comfortable singing, which is ironic in this world, at least, or here in Japan. So it is interesting to see what we feel comfortable about, what we're not comfortable about. Are you more of a singer or a dancer? That really depends on. So let me know, actually. Are you more of a singer or a dancer? What's more embarrassing to you? Singing? Dancing? Let me know. Looking forward to your comments. I hope this was helpful. If there are any other facts you would like to know about Japan, leave us comments and we might feature that for the next 10 facts that we're doing here on Ask Japanese. Thank you very much for watching and have a good time at karaoke. La 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 la! Haha. Also, a good thing is if you go on with your Japanese friends, they might expect you to sing an English song or a song in your language, so check that out. And always maybe have at least one Japanese song ready, which is nice because then they know, oh, that person liked the song, or you know this song, this is great. And try to have maybe your favorite song in English as well. What I found is there is one German song, which is 99 Red Balloons by Nina, that you can find, for example, in German, and people love it if you sing a completely different language. Especially if you come from Asia, there are loads of Korean songs, for example, in these machines as well. So be sure to amaze your friends with some songs that they might not think you actually know. Hope you enjoyed this!